Good morning. This is Perry, your jam boss, and this is going to be our review lesson of the Wabash Cannonball. It's in page 41 of the blue jam book, and we're going to be learning this song in the key of A. And you can see we got our chords 1, 4, 5, and 1. We do it in that order. Here, 1, 4, 5, and 1. 1, 4, 5, and 1. And if we're using the key of A, you can see that our 1 chord is going to be an A, the 4 chord is going to be a D, and the 5 chord is going to be an E. And that's if you're playing without a capo. If you're a guitarist, and most of our guitar players do use capos now, we're going to use a capo on the 2nd fret. And so for the guitars using a capo, it's going to be a 1 chord with a G shape, the 4 chord with a C shape, and the 5 chord with a D shape. So it's up to you, guitar players, if you want to play G shapes or the A shapes. But for everybody, it's going to sound like A, D, and E. And remember, the progression is just 1 to the 4 chord, to the 5 chord, back to the 1 chord, and it just repeats. The verse and the chorus have the same identical melody, and they have the same identical chord progression. And the fiddles are going to be stretched out on this, and they're going to be pushing their envelope because there's quite a big range in melody notes. It goes from the really low to the really high. And when I try to sing this song in the key of A, it's really not my preferred singing key, but in jam, this is what we're going to use. If you decide you want to sing it yourself and you're with another group of people, it's totally fine to change the key to something a little bit lower or a little bit higher. Remember, it's always up to the singer of the song to select the key. So we're going to review this today with the guitars, and then I'm going to do it with the ukuleles, and then we're going to do it with the banjos, and then I'll do a little bit with the mandolins. Remember, there's always online help programs that you can always jam with. The one that I love and recommend highly is called Strum Machine. In Strum Machine, you can set tempos, you can set keys, and you can even add in guitars and mandolins and bass as you play along. Let me get my guitar out here, and you can see that I've got the capo on the 2nd fret, and I'm going to be using G shapes. From the great Atlantic Ocean to the wide Pacific shore, to the green and flowing mountains and the southland by the shore. She's mighty tall and handsome, and she's known quite well by all. She's the modern combination on the Wabash Cannonball. Listen to the jingle, the rumble, and the roar as she glides along the woodlands, over hills and by the shore. Hear the mighty rush of the engine, hear that lonesome hobo call. You're traveling through the jungle on the Wabash Cannonball. Okay, that's what guitars would sound like in the key of A. Ukuleles. We don't generally use capos on a ukulele, so I'm going to be using my A shapes, D shapes, and just slide that E shape up 2 frets and you got E. So ukuleles, you really have only got two shapes you're using. That's the A chord, which most of you know. I'm trying to get my finger so you can see it real good. And then the D is just that 2nd fret, the third, fourth, and second string. Just strum those 3 strings. You can strum the first string if you want to, but the E chord, just slide that up in pitch 2 frets. And that sounds pretty good. If you hit the first string on that shape, it sounds bad, so don't hit the third string on the D shape. Don't hit the third string on the D shape. Just best to just do 3 strings for the D, 3 strings for the E and the A. Here we go. From the great Atlantic Ocean to the wide Pacific shore, to the green and flowing mountains and southland by the shore. She's mighty tall and handsome, and she's known quite well by all. She's a modern combination of Wabash, Cannonball. So listen to the jingle, the rumble, and the roar as she glides along the woodlands, over hills and by the shore. Hear the mighty rush of the engine, hear that lonesome hobo call. You're traveling through the jungle on Wabash Cannonball. So here's another hint for my ukulele players. When you got that D shape, and if you're playing it with one finger, you can take your second finger, and just kind of lay it on top of your first finger, and you're pinching the back of the ukulele with your thumb. That just makes it a little easier to press down. If you need me to show you that in class, just ask. Maybe I'll come around. So that's the ukulele. Mandolin. Mandolin's pretty simple when we use the shape method that I like to use, where this is the regular chord, 2 fingers, 2 strings. That's a G shape. But for the A, we just take that G shape and move it up 2 frets. You see the index finger is between the 2 markers. Your index finger is actually on fret 1, 2, 3, 4, and your middle finger is on A, 5th fret. It's A. Just move it over to the middle 2 strings. It's D. Take your D and move it up in pitch 2 frets, and you got your E. Once you can do that comfortably, it's okay to take your 3rd finger or your pinky and put it on the next lower string 2 frets higher, and you can strum more notes. Here we go. Wabash Cannonball in key of A. From the great Atlantic Ocean to the wide Pacific shore, from the green and flowing mountains and southland by the shore. She's tall and handsome, and she's known quite well by all. She's the modern combination, the Wabash Cannonball. I'm going to add my 3rd note, and I'm going to start chopping. Listen to the jingle, the rumble, and the roar as she glides along the woodlands, over hills and by the shore. Hear the mighty rush of the engine, hear that lonesome hobo call. She's traveling through the jungle on a Wabash Cannonball. Okay, so mandolin, you practice that. Let me put my mandolin down and reach behind me and get my banjo. In banjo, we're playing in the key of A, so we have to use our capos up here at the 2nd fret. It's 1, 2, and don't forget to move your 5th string capo up 2 frets, or tune that 5th string up to the note A. I have to check my tuning. Sounds pretty good. From the great Atlantic call. You're traveling through the jungle on the Wabash Cannonball. So that should let me turn around and hang my banjo up. I don't want to just be turning my back on you. So that's a review of Wabash Cannonball. That's one of our new songs this year. Practice, come to jam. Let me know if you have any trouble playing anything, and we'll help you out. Bye.